When I think about Root for Kids, I think of how they help support our women in their prenatal care. I also think about how they support children in their development, making sure they are properly developing it, they get their immunizations, they get their appropriate testing, and then all the great work that they do in people's homes to help guide and direct the development of children.
We couldn't quite figure out breastfeeding, so we decided to bottle feed. And I had never bottle fed any of my kids. And Dana came in and we were showing her how we were bottle feeding. And she was just like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing a great job. Can I leave one of these bottles with you? This one might work better just for this reason. And she taught us how to, like, the proper position to hold her and bottle feed her. And it made our lives so much easier. And then she started finally eating and like gaining weight. And it was just like such a stressful time, such a stressful thing for us up until that moment. And then when she taught us how to feed her and like the proper bottle to use, and it was like life-changing. I remember just like crying the first time she finished a bottle for the first time in less than like an hour because of like how Dana told us to hold her and like the bottle. I'm getting like emotional thinking about it, but it was just like so many little things. Like, I don't know, we just felt so supported and like loved, and they like that they genuinely cared about her successes and then our successes as her parents.
Home visiting services have really changed with COVID, and we have gone from being in homes and with families in person to only being able to see them online and talk to them on the phone. And that has been a big shift because we are in the people business and we want to be with people. We watch people's body language and we get to know them so closely. And we feel like we have this screen, this separation between us. However, it has allowed us to be able to give a lot of time in preparation for them where we're not traveling. You know, it's been a benefit in different ways. It has its drawbacks, but we've also had an abundance of training and other resources that we've been able to connect with, and we can connect that with families. And so being able to do that technologically has been great, instead of waiting till we see them and hand them a paper.
As difficult as it is with this pandemic, we are able to connect them to services with community.
La forma en que he impactado, primero, es que yo soy mamá primeriza, entonces, y estoy totalmente lejos de toda mi familia en este país, soy recientemente casi llegada, y la forma en que he impactado es que me ha ayudado mucho para orientarme en cómo hacer lo mejor para que mi bebé crezca y se desarrolle de manera adecuada.
So we joined the program after the virtual classes started, and so we never had the privilege to do the at-home classes. However, we do still feel how great it is to have a teacher like Sahandra who has been able to teach us virtually and be able to join with us as we're looking at our daughter and helping her grow.
Early Head Start Root for Kids staff, they are exceptional in every way, and I've been so impressed with their passion for helping our Head Start families. They are resourceful and innovative with how to meet their family needs. I've worked again closely specifically with Suzanne and Tina and watched them be such a great extension of compassion to their fellow staff members, local volunteers, and their families.
That I think is really fun is when I deliver the diapers, and it's kind of like a doorbell ditching type of thing where I put the diapers by the door and I ring the doorbell and then I run to my car and get in my car, and then a lot of times I will call them and just say, I left diapers at your door. That's who was ringing your doorbell and running away. Kind of been a funny thing. I've also been privileged to work with the food bank in St. George and bring food to families as well. And that has been a huge blessing for many families that I serve. And, there's nothing like the feeling of being able to help people and know that your services are changing their lives.
It's definitely still a huge resource for us. It helps us know what to expect. I think that's the biggest thing about Roots for Kids is I think a lot of moms just don't really know where their kids are supposed to be at developmentally or what's considered normal. And I feel like Roots for Kids, even for a well-educated mom or a mom who has a lot of experience maybe, it's nice to know where to be at or how to, how to compare yourself maybe. I mean, not to say that, every kid's different, but Roots for Kids kind of gives you a base to know where to be or what's normal or what to worry about versus not worry about, which I think is really great.
Yeah, I really do think that, thank goodness we have this to offer, so because parents with kids with disabilities, it's a rough road every day you wake up, and they need that connection, that validation. They need to see the success, and sometimes they don't because they're just 24/7 in it, and then they have all this COVID business and trying to make ends meet, and when you're like, hey, look what he's doing, he was not doing that last time, they're like, oh yeah, he's been doing that for about a week, way to go, so it's pretty cool.
It feels good to know that we have people in this program who are dedicated and concerned about us, who they don't even know us physically. We haven't even met physically. And so it's just amazing to see that there's a group of people that are so happy and welcoming and loving and concerned about our little precious baby.
Many parents have appreciated knowing that there's people that are helping them know what therapies their child needs and what treatments and just helping their kids along the way, starting from right away when they're born. It's an amazing organization.
I support Root for Kids because it's such a selfless organization. Its purpose is to give all children in our community a good start in life. Children have so much potential and can accomplish great things in life. But if they're not brought to the starting line along with all their peers, they have to struggle just to keep up with the group.
It has been just an excellent educational experience for our students. And not only do they learn from the patients themselves and their families, but they also learn from the Root for Kids staff. They see these people who have made this their profession, serving others, rooting for kids, right? Identifying children who may be at risk early on and trying to set them up for success throughout their life.
No existe un manual para ser padres, pero sí existen instituciones que nos pueden ayudar a orientarnos para ir teniendo un mejor aprendizaje con nuestros niños, ayudarles, estimularlos para que su desarrollo sea mejor.
I hope to continue to work with them for years to come and to support them in any way we can. They do such great work here, and it's so powerful to see the positive changes that they're making in our community.
We are so blessed in our community to have Root for Kids. They've done so much. They provide to so many different families. Root for Kids is like a big family that's constantly growing, and they're trying to help more and more people, and they can't do it without help from the local community, which donors are fortunate to be able to help support such an amazing organization. And these children who get therapy and parents who get education and making sure that the children are developing and catching up where they can and meeting milestones. It's been a huge resource in this community and has helped hundreds and hundreds of families.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you so much.